Hello, Ducks fans. Welcome back to the Quack Report. Carter and Nate here to talk, I guess, some Ducks hockey, even though no games so far this week. So, and as well, bringing back Quack Report Unplugged with a little bit of music talk a little bit later. I guess if you voted in the poll, recently today, just before it closed, you probably already know the answer, or if you've been on Twitter, you probably already know what we're talking about. But if you haven't, then it's going to be a surprise. And if you're listening to this after, well, I mean, I guess it's in the title, so it's not really a surprise.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. I want to leave some mystery, but it's probably
you keep talking for a second. Sorry, I need to just hook up the actual Ethernet cable so I don't just cut out mid-show here.
Oh yeah,
I can see him already getting the waving bars. So
yeah, you're not looking good right now. So yeah, you do that. thought he was gonna say he had to take a poop or something like that, and I was like, you couldn't have figured that out, a couple minutes ago. But yeah, we've got some Ducks news to talk about. Ducks have been busy this week, even without any games, and then we obviously have the upcoming game against Seattle we'll get to, and then we'll be talking some Nickelback as well. So everybody's favorite band from our, I guess, home province here of Alberta, Canada. So yeah, it'll be interesting. Anyways, it's been a while since I've listened to Nickelback, but I mean, I used to listen all the time. Same with Nate. Man, his computer's having a rough time switching over to that Ethernet cable. So, because I'm running out of things to talk about, like at this point, he's got to come back pretty soon here. But yeah, well, I don't know. I'm literally, I didn't think he would take this long. So like I said, I have nothing. If anyone in the comments has a question that they want to leave, then that would be sick, because I'm struggling here. Oh yeah, he's just straight up gone. Wild. Okay, well, he'll figure it out. I guess I'll just talk about how my week's been so far. It's been pretty relaxed, I guess. Nothing too crazy going on. It's been warm here. Hasn't thank fuck he's back. Jeez, I started talking about the weather.
oh man, that's horrible. I'm sorry. that is 100% my fault. That was the one thing I had missed to do on everything I had to do before today's episode.
Yeah.
And I messed it up. So that is 100% on me. I'm sorry that you had to listen to Carter talk about the weather, but it's all right.
It's been nice here though, which is sick.
Yeah, it's been all right. I mean, it's been crazy windy. Like, I genuinely want to know, like, which is more of the windy city, if it's Chicago or if it's Lethbridge, Alberta, because like I weighed myself on Monday at 235, and I rounded the corner going from the gym, and there was a gust of wind that straight up almost knocked me on my ass. Like, I had to like plant myself. I was like, holy shit, I'm about to get bowled over here by wind.
See, you actually went outside and experienced how windy it was. The only reason I know that it was super windy is because I had to turn the TV up louder than I normally had to.
You can just hear it outside.
Yeah.
Oh man, but yeah, it's been nice, but just crazy windy. So
yeah, no, I'm curious too what the actual windy city is. I've never been to Chicago, so I can't say like I've experienced it. But I don't know. I can't imagine like a place being more windy than it is here. Like, to me, this is just like peak wind,
like unless you're in, say, like Florida or something, and you're like, we get fucking hurricanes.
Well, yeah, at that point.
Like, that's kind of it. Yeah, like I can't think of anywhere else that would like genuinely just be this windy on the regular otherwise. So
yeah, without it being like a natural disaster.
Yeah, exactly. Like honestly, most times out of the week, don't even bother doing your hair if you're in Lethbridge. Like,
No, and don't wear a hat either. At least one that like you can wear one as long as you don't mind it going missing. So
yeah, you gotta put it tight on your head. Like I have all of mine here. So
mhm.
I remember in our first year, because the University of Lethbridge is right on the Coolies, and was walking towards the parking lot to get to my car, and yeah, my hat flew off. It was just gone. Like,
Yeah,
just,
that's
see you
there's
later.
no saving that. Yeah,
Usain Bolt's not even catching up to that thing. I'm just like, oh shit. I did manage to find it actually, though. I was lucky. It
no
got
way.
caught in a bush. So yeah, I was
That's
very
good.
happy about that. So
Yeah, it's a disaster. Like,
yeah,
it doesn't even matter either. Like toques, like they'll
no,
disappear.
yeah, they're gone.
There was one day I forgot to like buckle down the flap on my backpack, and I was just minding my business walking to class, and the wind caught the flap and it just fucking smoked me in the back of the head, and the little buckle came around, and it was quite unpleasant.
Oh, that's great.
I thought I was getting attacked from behind by like I don't know, just a really horny moose or something.
Jesus. Oh man. But okay, yeah, I'm sorry that we got sent down this weather rabbit hole. Jeez, we're talking about wind for fuck's sakes. Also, how many? Jeez, okay. Here's just how my day's going already. All right, just in general, and I feel like it kind of gets wrapped up into this. How many times do you think I've already laid the F bomb in like the 8 minutes we've been going? 3 times?
3, yeah.
Yeah. I gotta apologize just in general. I don't know why. Like my thing is I get excited and I just start using that word for everything pretty much. I've been a little bit more conscious of it when we're doing the show lately though. And I'm just like, that's where I was just like, okay, how many times have I said it already? So I do apologize, but
we need to get a little counter going on the bottom.
I don't think I want to see that. There was an episode of I think I told you about this. I've been watching this show on YouTube called Hot Ones. It's great. Go check it out. They it's basically like interviews with different celebrities, but as they're doing it, they're eating these chicken wings that are progressively hotter as they go up. And they'll like show you the like what hot sauce they're eating and like what it is on the Scoville scale for like how hot it is and stuff like that. And they've had Gordon Ramsay on there twice. And I think the first time they said he had swore I think it's about a 25, 30-minute video. And I think they said he swore like almost 150 times in that duration.
That's impressive.
Yeah, it is.
Like if that's 30 minutes, that's 5 times a minute.
Something like that, yeah.
So every 12 seconds.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That
is
too
a
much.
lot. Yeah. But it's also Gordon Ramsay, so it doesn't phase you, right? So
yeah, exactly.
There was a great edit that I saw because he has the kids cooking show as well, right? Where he's like he's super nurturing with them and everything like that because they're kids, right? They're still learning to cook. He's as kind of in the nicest way, dickish to like on Hell's Kitchen or that because these are supposed to be professionals at that point, right? So he just expects more out of them and everything like that. But somebody took like sound clips from Hell's Kitchen, but put it on top of like the kids cooking show. And so it's just him swearing at kids.
I would love for him to call a kid an idiot sandwich. Like,
yeah, like all the kids are just like looking distressed as he's like, you fucked that up and stuff like that.
Could you imagine? Oh man.
It'd be hilarious. Oh man. All right. Well, we do have a little bit of duck stuff to talk about. Do you want to talk about that quick?
Yeah, sure. We can we can get right into that. So yeah, like I said, no games in the last week to talk about, but Ducks have been busy, at least in the office. So Ducks hiring officially Scott Niedermeyer as special advisor to hockey operations. So not every team has one of these, but it basically means, he's around and I guess Pat Verbeek, the new GM, will, just ask him his opinion on things as well as other management. So it's good to have him around the organization anyways, because he definitely knows his stuff and is like, I don't know, he probably wants to be in, some sort of management role in the future as well. So that could potentially be with the Ducks in however many years when we're looking for a new GM. So
yeah,
yeah,
there was an interview thing with Niedermeyer and Paul Kariya as well, who Paul Kariya really doesn't come into the public light anymore. So it was really interesting to see that he was going to be
yeah,
on, this committee that was searching for this new GM, and then, being in front of a camera and looking as comfortable as he did. Actually, I was quite impressed with him.
mm-hmm.
But so they also had Niedermeyer out though, obviously, and he has aged beautifully in that, like, his beard is just like his beard and hair are just white now, but it's just still perfect. Like,
Nice.
he's looking good. So I got to throw that out there.
I actually haven't seen a picture of him in a long time, so I gotta.
Yeah, you'll have to go
pull this
find that
up.
interview. But yeah, new GM Pat Verbeek saying about Scott Niedermeyer joining. Quote, I'm really excited that Scott has taken on an enhanced role within our hockey operations staff. His winning culture and great hockey mind will help all of our players and staff moving forward. I can give a quick rundown here, just in case anybody wants a refresher on how great Scott Niedermeyer was. 5 seasons with the Ducks from 2005 to 2010, serving as the captain of the Stanley Cup championship team in 2007, where he also won the Conn Smythe as the playoff MVP. Scored 60 goals, 204 assists for 264 points in 371 regular season games with Anaheim. Pretty good for a defenseman. The most among Ducks defensemen all time. There you go. Mm-hmm. And also recorded 8 goals and 34 points in 56 playoff games. In 2006-07 season, he set the Ducks franchise record for most points, which was 69 that year. Nice. And assists with 54 by a defenseman. Niedermeyer played 18 seasons with Anaheim and New Jersey, where he would tally 740 points in 1,263 NHL games, winning the Stanley Cup 4 times. The one with Anaheim, and then 3 others with New Jersey in 1995, 2000, and 2003. He was the 2004 James Norris Memorial Trophy winner for Best Defenseman, 3-time First Team All-Star in 2004, 6, and 7, 6-time NHL All-Star in 98, 01, 04, 07, 08, and 09, and a member of the 1993 NHL All-Rookie team, as well as his 13 regular season overtime goals are the most by a defenseman in NHL history. He's the first player.
All right.
Yeah. And just one more thing here, because we're Canadian. I like to gloat about this stuff. He's the first player in hockey history to have won a Stanley Cup, an Olympic gold medal, a World Championship, a World Cup, a Memorial Cup, and a World Junior Championship. And he is also the only player in hockey history to win 4 Stanley Cups, 2 Olympic gold medals.
Damn.
Helped lead Canada to gold medals at the 2002 and 2010 Olympic Winter Games, serving as the captain in 2010, which I always remembered it for some reason as Crosby, but Crosby was only in like his 5th NHL season at that point as well. Mm-hmm. I believe Crosby didn't even have a letter on his chest, actually. When you go back and look at that roster for 2010, for both Canada and the States, it was just insanity.
Yeah, it was unfair to everybody else.
Yeah, exactly. And it would have been great to see that again this season, right? Like, it would have been something kind of similar. 2004, he won a World Championship with Canada. 2004, a World Cup title. And in 1991, a World Junior Championship. He was also a member of the 1992 Memorial Cup Championship with the Kamloops Blazers of the WHL, and was the Memorial Cup MVP. Niedermeyer was inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame in 2013. His number 27 retired by the Ducks in 2019 and by the Devils in 2011. And he was the 8th player in NHL history to have his number retired by 2 NHL teams. I think that's a guy that you want in your front office.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Just a little bit. Like, how long do you think I spent on all those accolades? Like, that's
easily 3
I feel
minutes,
like that's like scratching the surface on like everything else he's done as well.
Yeah, exactly. I'm so glad. Like, I know you never watched Game of Thrones, or at least like all the way through. I don't know if you've maybe seen a couple of episodes.
I've seen like clips here and there. So
okay, but well, either way, like in any kind of medieval show, or like where there's some sort of like king or monarchy or whatever, they're always like introduced as like, oh, this is King so and so, and then like list off all their titles, like and stuff like that. So like, could you imagine for Scott Niedermeyer, it's like, ladies and gentlemen, I present Scott Niedermeyer. What's his fucking title with us now? Special advisor to hockey operations, 4-time Stanley Cup champion. Retired by 2 teams, 2-time Olympic gold medalist. Like fucking, just like, you know, you'd have to have someone just read off like you did for 3 fucking minutes before he could even like come out on stage, or like anyone else could say anything.
Jeez.
I'm so glad we don't do that anymore, because like, damn, that's just a lot.
I'm like hoping we can get to a point soon that you know, some NHLers may be willing to come on the show or something like that, or like past or present, and maybe even some future guys. But like, imagine if we had him on and just sat here for 3 minutes before, like, as introducing him, just reading that all off.
Well, he probably wouldn't come back. I think that's safe to say.
God, just check your emails for the next like 3 minutes as we read through everything you have done.
Yeah. But yeah, that's I mean, like you said, he's going to be a good guy to have in the front office for sure.
Yeah.
So, I can see it now already. Like, I'm going to make a clip of this section, and I'm not going to put the whole thing of like you reading the stuff, because otherwise it'll be like a 20-minute video. But I'll just like do the thing where like you're talking and it like slowly fades out into like you still talking about all of the things he's done.
They gotta do like the SpongeBob transition of like 12 hours later.
Oh shit, I have that on a keyboard here.
A few moments later.
I totally forgot about
it. There
you go. I put it specifically on there for when you just like talk for minutes on end, and then I just totally forgot about it.
Oh man. But yeah, I think that's a guy that you want in your front office. Obviously, well, okay, maybe not obviously. We've literally had Pat Verbeek for about a week at this point. But you know, considering the things that Niedermeyer and Kariya have said, and you know, like Verbeek was taught under Stevie Y for, you know, this position and everything like that, right? Like he's coming in with a lot of pedigree as well already. Yeah, like Niedermeyer is going to do great with, you know, I think helping figure out like what this team needs to continue to move forward and that sort of thing, which is nice. Like just kind of having that. It was part of Pat Verbeek's press conference as well, just saying that, you know, there are the pieces here and everything like that, and it's not, it's not like starting from ground zero, right? There's already something here, and he's had to put the finishing pieces on this pretty much. So
yeah, exactly. It's like when you go over to someone's house and they got 80% of a puzzle done, and they're just like stuck because they can't figure out where any of the other pieces go. And you walk over and you're like, oh, that one. Perfect. It's done. Like that's it. That's what Verbeek has to work with here.
Yeah.
Like he already has a core in Zegras, Terry, Drysdale, Gibson. Like you have those 4, and then you can put not like literally anything else, but like you're going to put players around those guys, and they're going to be good. Like this team is going to be good in a couple of years, pretty much no matter who you put around them.
Yeah. Also, sorry, just you brought up Gibson there for a quick second. It's not a rumor or anything like that. It was purely just a fan being like, hey, our team is looking for a goaltender. How about this? And they photoshopped John Gibson into a Washington Capitals jersey. How about no? Thank you.
No.
That banging sound was us, you know,
my head against the table.
I was going to say hitting like the Caps fan that suggested that with a frying pan.
Yes, sure. All right. The frying pan. I like it. All right. Yeah, last thing of news. I'll just say quick, and then we can get into what everybody really wants here. Josh Manson has been placed on IR. This is retroactive from an oblique injury that he sustained during a game against the Minnesota Wild on January 18th. As far as I could tell, at least it lined up. So, yeah. We got one upcoming game Friday versus Seattle. We'll have a game to talk about on Sunday again, which will be great.
That'll be great.
Yeah. Versus Seattle at 7 p.m. Pacific time. That'll be a good battle. I potentially will not have Philip Grubauer on my fantasy team anymore, so I can definitely like full on cheer for the Ducks in that game, which will be great.
You still have Grubauer on your fantasy team?
Dude, nobody wants him, and neither do I.
Then drop him. Why? What's the point of keeping him around? Are you serious?
The only reason I still have him at this moment is because they're playing Arizona tonight. And
yes.
So I'm going to keep him just for that. And as soon as that game is done with Tuukka Rask's retirement as well, I am going to re-pick up Jeremy Swayman because I had to drop him because he got sent down to the AHL. And in that league, I need to have a rookie on my roster. So his replacement was Kakko, or not Kakko, Jesus. Kakkonen, Jesus, there you go. And from Minnesota. So I'm going to just keep those two guys up, and I have Tristan Jarry as well. So it'll be good.
Gotcha. But still, that doesn't explain why you kept Grubauer around for this long.
Because there was literally nobody else. It's a 13-team league, and everybody's carrying 3 goalies. So
okay. I guess that
rough.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, let's put it this way. I had the guy who's currently sitting in first place offer me Mike Smith.
Ooh, yeah, that's tough.
Yeah. That's where it's like nobody is available. So,
yeah. But, I mean, at that point, like, at least that opens up a roster spot for you because you can put, up until this week, you could put Smith on IR and then you don't have to deal with Grubauer anymore.
Yeah. So, no, I'll just do the drop and swap. It'll work.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it'll be fine now. But although, to be fair to Grubauer, I think he has kind of picked up his play a little bit. Maybe you can speak on that a little bit better than I can. But I like, obviously still not great numbers, but I think they're definitely improved. Are they not?
I actually can't really speak on that. I haven't really honestly been paying a whole lot of attention to Seattle. It was basically, all right, they are going to be shit this year. Okay, we'll check on it in a minute. We'll check on them every now and then kind of thing.
Okay. Well, let's look at last 5 games here.
They're still at the bottom of the Pacific. Perfect. All right.
Yeah. Last 5 games for Grubauer. Well, he got a shutout against the Islanders most recently. So
that was his only shutout of the season. I know that part.
Yeah. First, the season's only half done. Just
his only.
Well, yeah. An 875 against the Rangers, so not as good, but it's the Rangers. 958 against Pittsburgh in a win. An 852 against Nashville. That's Nashville. And a 903 win against Florida. So, I mean, won 3 of his last 5. So, I don't know. Not still not great numbers, obviously, but like definitely improved from, I don't know, when the last time we saw Seattle, December 15th. 3 goals on 18 shots for an 833 save percentage in 40 minutes. So improved from that. Anyways.
Yeah. Real life, it's picking up, but for my fantasy team, which again, I understand nobody gives a shit about. That one is wins and shutouts only. So I don't overly care about the rest of the stats. He's not getting me wins. He's got to go.
Yeah, that's fair. So yeah, I don't know. It's going to be weird because this is going to be our first game in 10 days, and Seattle's obviously played the one against I guess the Islanders was on the 2nd, so that was still over a week ago. But so I guess it'll be the first game kind of back after the All-Star break for everybody.
Yep. It'll be sweet.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't really have anything else to add.
Yeah, I got nothing either.
This is a game we should win, like, honestly.
I sure as hell hope so. But again, we have a tendency to play down to teams or play up. So let's hope for the best.
We'll see. I hope that the rest was good for everybody because it looked like we were kind of getting burnt out, I guess, is maybe a way of putting it. Like in our last few games of that road trip, like we did not have good outings. So I think the rest will be good for everybody. And hopefully we come out flying.
Yeah, hopefully.
Okay. Before we get into what everybody is here for,
the comments are filling up with it as well.
Yeah, I know. Well, we got to take a quick break for our sponsors, and on the other side of that, we will give the people what they want.
It's right away. Just hang tight. Just give us a minute and a half, and it's yours. The moment we've been waiting for since September is finally here. In honor of the big game, DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 56, is giving new customers 56-1 odds on either team. Bet just $5 and get $280 in free bets if your team wins. DraftKings Sportsbook is now live in New York, meaning you can make a bet from almost a third of the country. If Sportsbook isn't available in your state yet, play DraftKings Daily Fantasy Football Contest for Super Bowl 56. New customers can get a free shot at a $1 million top prize with their first deposit. So, what are you waiting for? Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app, use the promo code THPN, and get 56 to 1 odds on either team. Bet just $5 and get $280 in free bets if your team wins. Again, that's promo code THPN, as in the Hockey Podcast Network, at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 56. Must be 21 or older, New Jersey, Indiana, or Pennsylvania only. New customers only. Minimum $5 deposit and $1 wager required. One per customer. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. The moment you've all been waiting for since September is finally here. It's time to talk some Nickelback.
I'll let that one slide because you didn't know the music was coming right away.
All right,
but,
thank you.
But next time I'll fucking wreck you, as promised. As Shane put it so elegantly here, I couldn't say it any better myself. Nickelback fucking slaps.
Yes. I am pulling up the poll results right now. So we put out the poll on our Twitter yesterday asking for who you'd like us to talk about for this episode. Your options
This is on
were,
you guys.
Yeah, this is on you guys. Nickelback, Green Day, and Billy Talent. For the longest time, Nickelback was actually winning. Or not Nickelback. Green Day was actually winning.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, like kind of Southern California band, right? It's kind of hometown recognition almost.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how far Oakland is from Anaheim offhand. But I was like, okay, that kind of makes sense. And then Nickelback just started to pull ahead. So with 41% of the votes, the next was Green Day at 31%, Billy Talent at 28%. You guys chose Nickelback, so we are here to give you our top 5 songs by Nickelback, and we have separate lists for this episode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just to go back to what you said there, Oakland is kind of near San Jose. It's a 6-hour and 11-minute drive from Oakland to Anaheim.
Oh shit! All right.
Not possible to take the bus. It is a 149-hour walk and a 44-hour bike ride.
Sorry, 149-hour walk. Is that what you said?
Yeah, and about an hour and 20-minute flight. So
it'll take you 6 days to walk.
I guess so. Yeah.
I just did the math on it. 6 days to walk, apparently. And that's if you're like constantly walking the entire time.
Yeah. So that's how far Oakland is.
All right.
I couldn't tell you the actual distance in miles, but I can tell you the distance in time. So
sounds good. And that's really how we tell it in Canada, right? It's like
exactly.
Oh yeah, it's 200 kilometers. No, it's like it's about a 2-hour drive.
Yeah.
So
2-hour drive. Once you see the moose, take a left. I went to the right, but I guess for the camera it looks like left.
Yeah.
So I shouldn't have said anything.
You're gonna take a right of the moose. Go about 5 minutes down the road, and then you're gonna take a left at the rock there, and then you'll get to your destination just on flat prairie. Mm-hmm. So that's if you're in Alberta, Manitoba, and Saskatchewan, which is a good chunk of Canada.
Yeah.
Okay. All right,
Nickelback.
Let's get into it. Yeah, Nickelback, which also is from I'm really dropping the ball today. I got to pull up the bio.
You are.
What am I doing? The band, though, I can tell you, is from Hanna, Alberta, which is not too far from us, actually. Let me just double check.
Yeah, on a clear day, we can actually see it from our back steps.
Jesus Christ. Lethbridge to Hanna is a less than there you go. I was about to say it in time as well. 2-hour and 51-minute drive.
Oh,
so
shit.
200.
We could go there now.
Yeah, we could. 2 miles. Oh my god. 20 miles. It's 170 miles from us for our American listeners.
How far of a walk is that?
I'm not telling you that shit.
Okay. The answer is 170 miles, but
it's a 56-hour walk.
56.
That's
doable.
That's doable.
That's like a weekend trip, you know?
Yeah.
That's all you can do on the weekend is just walk, but
Oh man. All right. Nickelback is from originally Hannah, Alberta. They have been active since 1995. And
Jesus, that's a long time.
yeah, they've been around for a while. Longer than we've been alive. They have been active. I don't know if that's saying that we're really young or they're really old or what.
Both?
Yeah, both. Sure. Nickelback, this is coming from their Wikipedia page, is one of the most commercially successful Canadian rock bands, having sold more than 50 million albums worldwide. In 2009, Billboard ranked it the most successful rock group of that decade. Their song How You Remind Me was the best-selling rock song and fourth best overall. The band ranked at number 7 on the Billboard Top Artist of the Decade list, with 4 albums among the publication's top albums of the decade.
Yeah.
And for some reason, everybody hates on them.
Yeah.
It's because they're successful. That's the reason for it. Pull your head out of your ass. Nickelback is great.
and I mean, they went through a phase of like just, spewing out some garbage, to be fair.
A little bit. I think part of it was, this is just my own thoughts of just kind of what it was sounding like, at least. I think they were kind of doing that just to get out of their contract with Roadrunner Records, especially their last 2 albums.
Yeah.
So just, get it over with kind of thing and move on. So, but
yeah. Still probably sold billions of copies of those albums, but
yeah, exactly. So Nickelback is now based in Vancouver. So they are recording currently their 10th studio album.
I guess that kind of makes sense. 10 albums over 27 years?
Yeah, something like that. So
yeah, that kind of makes sense. It's, I don't know, 10 seems low, but I guess it's not really if you come out with an album every like 3-ish years.
Yeah. Sorry, I'll clarify that they aren't in the middle of it right now, actually. It says that they've spoke of recording a 10th album. This was in 2019. But they said that there's no timetable or rush to complete it, so they'll do it just when they do it. Mike Kroger, the band's guitarist, I'm just remembering this offhand, spoke of his personal desire, it says here, to move in more of a heavy metal direction or wanting to do an album of Slayer cover songs. I'd be down for that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, that's awesome, actually.
Yeah. That would be pretty sick. I'd be down for that. But should we get into our lists here?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, I will say just right off the bat, Nate's list is significantly better than mine, but because we didn't want to overlap, and he had his list typed out first, he gets all the good songs, and I get the sloppy seconds.
Just imagine it as like a top 10, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. With Nate's being the top 5 and mine being the bottom 5 for the most part.
There you go. So yeah, this is a band that I've actually seen that we're talking about. Who else have we talked about, actually? I can't even remember offhand.
Taylor Swift.
All Time Low.
All Time Low. Blink 182.
Yep.
Sum 41.
Oh, yep. Fall Out Boy. Did we talk about them?
Yeah. I think that's been it.
Okay. So I've seen All Time Low. I've seen Sum 41. So this is, I think, be the third band that we've talked about that I've seen, or music group, whatever. Mm-hmm. So I'm at about I'm at a 50% batting average right now.
Yeah, I guess so.
Pretty good.
Not bad.
Saw Nickelback in 2005, 2006. It was all the right reasons tour. Saw them in good old Calgary. I can remember it. Like we were sitting second bowl at these at the time Pengrowth Saddle Dome, now the Scotiabank Saddle Dome, where the Flames play out of. And Chad Kroger, the singer guitarist, had a t-shirt cannon, and he aimed it directly at my stepdad, and like t-shirt perfect to his chest. So
nice.
I wonder if he still has that shirt. Actually, I should maybe ask him.
I thought you were gonna say he pointed it like right at you and just got you like right between the eyes.
Just takes out like the fucking like 7 or 8 year old kid with a t-shirt cannon.
Yeah.
That was also the first time I saw somebody get taken out by security for being too drunk. And when I mean too drunk, I mean this girl was passed out. God.
Oh, dang.
So, all right. Let's start with you, Carter. these are in no particular order, as per usual. So, Carter, you can start us off.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I'll just start at the top, I guess.
Sorry, actually, I'm going to interrupt you before. If you are watching this live or even after, feel free to put in your top 5 in the comments.
And also, if you disagree with any of the songs that we picked,
let us know.
Let us know as well.
We're not allowed to say all of them suck because it's Nickelback. You're not allowed to say that.
That's cheap. Yeah, that was funny in 2010, but not now. So,
we respect Nickelback.
Yeah. So the first song I had on my list was "Burn It to the Ground" off of Dark Horse, their 2011 album. Yeah, I don't know. It's just like a good rock and roll song, nice and heavy. It was kind of almost like a resurgence for me, anyways, coming out of those last couple albums of their contract there. I forget. I think it was 2 before that. That like I don't even think I could tell you a song off of those albums. Like I'm sure I've listened to them at some point and heard some of the songs, but like I just
the album.
don't know.
Sorry, the albums before Dark Horse.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, just the one, just Here and Now. Is.
I thought Here and Now was after.
I have no idea.
Pretty sure it was after. Without looking,
okay.
I believe it was.
Actually,
yeah.
Okay, this is weird. Apple Music has both Here and Now and Dark Horse as January 1st, 2011. So one of those has to be wrong.
Yeah, that's incorrect.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I thought Dark Horse came out like a lot earlier than that.
Yeah, I believe Here and
Now. So you got to figure this out.
But Here and Now was 2013, I believe.
Okay. When was Dark Horse then?
Dark Horse would have been 2009, I think. I'm pulling up my Spotify right now.
Okay. I don't understand why both of them are 2011. No, I don't want the Katy Perry song. I want the Nickelback
album. All right. We have
2008.
Yeah, 2008 for Dark Horse. Here and Now is 2011.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. So, never mind. I'm totally wrong then. Yeah. This was just a fine album. It followed up All the Right Reasons, which was fantastic front to back.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know this album maybe got a little bit of hate, at least, you know, when I remember it coming out, and a lot of people didn't like it, but I thought it was pretty good. Back when CDs were a thing, I had this album as a CD. So
they were more prevalent. CDs are still a thing.
Yeah. But I guess it was still like a solid yeah, I guess you're right, but yeah. Yeah, it was just like a solid follow-up to All the Right Reasons, which is hard to do. Like a lot of bands come out with like they're kind of like pinnacle album, like this is the peak. Obviously nothing's going to top this, but we have to try. And then after that it's just like a sharp drop off, right?
Yeah.
But for this one, like it actually wasn't. It was like it's honestly pretty close in quality, I would say, to All the Right Reasons. So I have no issue with the album, and this song is probably the best on it, in my opinion.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Just to slip in an 11th song, Something in Your Mouth is also pretty good on that one, but I didn't think it was appropriate to talk about because it's
That's fair.
Very vulgar song.
Burn It to the Ground was also on the NHL 10 soundtrack.
Yeah, so there you go. I thought I remembered it being like on sports channels as well. Like, you know.
Oh, probably.
Yeah. Well, like Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting. Jumping ahead. Sorry, you better go with that one next. That one, I remember that one being, I think it was on CBC, like on Hockey Night in Canada.
Yeah, probably.
That was kind of like their pregame song, and it would just be like a montage of like massive hits from that week in the NHL that they would do before the panel. So
Nickelback was the Arkells of Canadian hockey broadcasts before the Arkells were the Arkells.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no better way to describe it. And if you're a Canadian listener, you know exactly what we're talking about. If you're an American listener, which is the majority of our show, you're probably a little bit confused right now. Basically, the Arkells well, maybe even that, but the Arkells are plastered all over Sportsnet CBC broadcasts for the NHL especially. Mm-hmm. You cannot escape them. As soon as there's a new song out, it's plastered everywhere, and that's where you learn the song from. So
yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, I guess I'll go into my song, which you've already kind of laid up for me.
Sorry.
Well, that's all good. Well, I have the one cover on this list as well. Nickelback has done some great covers just as side, like as B-sides and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And this one is just a great one in my opinion. Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting, featuring Kid Rock, which is a bonus track off of their album The Long Road in 2003, a cover of Elton John. And this was actually my introduction to Elton John, to be honest with you.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
So, but it got me to love Elton John and explore that.
Nothing wrong with that.
So yeah, exactly. But this song, I have memories of watching Tigers games, like our local junior, like our WHL team. This always played. It was either before the game started, during fights, or I think intermissions. I know it was always during fights though, but I think it was played during one of those times as well. But the version that I'm more used to is just the band itself. But every now and again, because it's still played on the radio, you'll get the Kid Rock version as well, and it's still just it as Shane put it fucking slaps.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love this song, and it's cool to compare the two. Like you and I did the course in university on just the art of the cover and everything like that, and kind of like the history of it as well. And this is one that I don't remember if anybody brought this one up in class, but totally should have.
Absolutely.
So because this is one that definitely it makes the song its own kind of thing, like for that band. So
yeah, just out of the blue, you should write like just a very short, like couple paragraph thing about this and send it to Paul and see what he thinks.
Yeah, exactly. Our
class.
professor.
Yeah. Just be like, this version is better than Elton John's. Fucking fight me on it.
That was a fun part of that class, though, is like if you brought up a cover, like that was about half the class, honestly. It was like, okay, you got to bring a cover and you have to explain why you think it's better than the original, like how it improves it. Or just like why you have to justify why you're bringing it up just in general. So it was a fun class.
Oh yeah.
So
absolutely easy A too.
Yeah, exactly. Like my final paper
for like people that listen to music anyways.
Yeah. My final paper on that, I wrote about like comparing the Bohemian Rhapsody movie was coming out, like the biopic of Queen and Freddie Mercury. And so to kind of help with the advertising of that movie, they were having like the artists of now do covers of Queen songs. So there was 5 Seconds of Summer did one. Shawn Mendes, and I forget who the third one was.
I thought it was 21 Pilots did one.
No, it wasn't 21 Pilots. I don't remember who it was offhand. But basically I took those 3 covers and I had to compare them to the originals and like just say like, okay, this is what's different. This is kind of what's the same. This is where I think it improves or is not as good or that kind of thing. Just kind of explain that. So that's my final paper for that class, which is it's kind of fun to write about, actually, not gonna lie. So but all right, Carter, your second song.
Yeah. Just sticking in the theme of covers, I guess I'll bring mine up here. I guess that wasn't last year, 2 years ago now, 2020, they came out with a cover of Devil Went Down to Georgia, which is really one of like the only country songs it's on a very short list of country songs I enjoy listening to. So so to have them come out with like it was basically a metal version of the song. I wouldn't call it hard rock. It's not heavy metal, so we'll just say metal version of Devil Went Down to Georgia. Yeah, I thought it was awesome. And to like, take the violin part and just translate it to guitar, I thought worked really well. So, yeah, I don't know. It's just a solid cover. And like I said, I just have fond memories of playing that song on a record at my grandpa's farm, like down in the basement as loud as it would fucking go. It was one of the few records that he still had kicking around. So, yeah. It's got that memory, but then also Nickelback they just do good covers.
I'm sorry, did you just say Nickelback?
I did not, at least intentionally.
That's what it sounded like, Nickelback. Oh no, it just added to the Nickelback memes. Now Nickelback.
Yeah, it's just a variation of it's like Dick Butt's cousin.
Oh my god. All right.
Okay, I don't remember if I had anything else to say about the cover, but I'm
not sure either.
I don't anymore.
I can't read your mind, evidently.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
I'll throw it back to you to pick one here.
All right. I'm gonna go to the ballad, I think, on my list. I'm gonna go with "Someday" off of the album "The Long Road," 2003. I guess really it's back to back for that same album, but this is one of the first Nickelback songs that I can remember listening to, actually. And I saw the music video, and so in Canada, the Disney Channel was Family Channel, is what it was called. And they used to air music videos like in between the shows and that sort of thing. And that was like, a lot of people's introduction, at least in Canada for sure, to like Justin Bieber and Sparks. And there's quite a few bands that I can remember like seeing on that channel for the first time, just like in between watching
Miley Cyrus.
Miley Cyrus.
I mean, obviously she was all over the Disney Channel anyways.
Yeah,
but
the Jonas Brothers and everything like that too. So, but yeah, this was a song that was actually played on there, I'm pretty sure. So just beautiful. Nickelback does really well with their ballads. They don't get enough credit for that, honestly.
Exactly.
And this is
there was a bunch
really
that I was there was a bunch on there that I was going through. I was like, oh, I want this one, I want this one, I want this one, and they were all ballads, and I was like, I can't do that. I think in the end I didn't end up picking one, but yeah, very very underrated part of their musician ship, I guess.
So, but Someday, just it blends the acoustic elements that they have in their songs with the harder sounding stuff that they do.
Yeah,
I think it blends it perfectly, and the solo is awesome on this track, I gotta say. So
yeah, no, it's a good one. Okay, where do I want to go next? Let's go even older to Silver Side Up of 2001. And
we're going right. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
I didn't know if you were gonna say that one for last.
I thought about it, but there's, I don't know. I'm just kind of picking and choosing, honestly.
That's fair.
I guess this one's almost kind of a ballad as well.
Yeah, kind of, but
yeah,
not really. It is what it
like,
isn't. Yeah.
I don't know how else to describe it, but it's just a slower rock song, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know, but this was my introduction to Nickelback as well. So, and it's it still holds up today. Like it comes on,
absolutely, yeah.
Like on the radio, and I'm like, oh, Nickelback. I don't really feel like listening to Nickelback, and then but I like give it a few seconds, and I'm
and then you're singing along with it.
Just it's like fucking screaming. Max volume, windows down, and it's a good one.
It's that meme of like you're cranking the volume and you're just like screaming it to the heavens, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it is that. That's a banger of a song still.
Fine, I wish we could play it on the podcast because, like,
I wish we could too. The one thing that I remember from like this song, or at least just like it uses a clip of this song. There was it was around it was like 2001 2002 kind of thing. There was an interview with Green Day. I think it was on MTV, and they were like this is when Nickelback was starting to get bigger, right? And and I think it was Billy Joe Armstrong was talking about the singer from Nickelback, Chad Kroeger, and like just his singing style and how it reminded him of Cher, the way that he kind of has like the rasp kind of growl to his voice.
Yeah.
And it puts it back to back with like a clip of Cher, Billy Joe Armstrong trying to mimic Chad Kroeger, and then Chad Kroeger from How You Remind Me. Followed up by a quick clip of Chad Kroeger from an interview saying like everyone thinks I go, but I don't do that intentionally. So that's just where my mind gets drawn whenever I hear this song now as well. It's just like that random clip from an interview. I'll have to find that and send it to you. It's just like this is to show you what I'm talking about.
I'm very curious now.
It's such a blending of worlds. You got Cher, you got Green Day, you got Nickelback all on MTV. If that doesn't epitomize the early 2000s, I don't know what does.
Oh, I know. Actually, just because you brought that up, I'm going off the board again here because
when don't we?
I know. Yeah. Well, it's still on topic. It's just off the fucking board. So, obviously, with Spider-Man No Way Home coming out recently. I guess it was quite a while ago that I ended up watching all of the Spider-Man movies just because it had been so long.
Yeah.
But after watching the like original trilogy and just like how 2000s it is, and I think it's after the first one. Yeah,
Yes,
at the end of the
movie.
first one,
Yeah.
in the the end credits, you're like, man, that movie was so good, but man, was it like just 2000 superhero cheesy. And as the credits start to roll, fucking Chad Kroger's voice comes on to sing a song. And I had to look it up because I couldn't remember, but it's Hero that plays in the end credits of that. And I'm just like, man, that's just like cherry on top of the cake. It was just perfect.
I did mean to text you and say that song was going to be off limits because it's not technically a Nickelback song.
Yeah,
but neither of us put it on our list anyway, so it kind of worked out.
I totally forgot about it until now. So
100% though, all of the memes I saw coming up, like especially on TikTok, of like coming up to like Spider-Man No Way Home being released, was like, man, this is how they gotta unveil Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, and just like. Just starts cranking Hero, and then like the other two show up, and they're like, "That'd been great." I'm kind of glad that they didn't, but
yeah. Just looking at who actually recorded on this song, obviously Chad Kroger, the vocalist of Nickelback, sings it. But his brother, the guitar player or bass guitar player, sorry, of Nickelback, Mike Kroger, also appears on Hero. And then the lead guitar is by Tyler Connolly of Theory of a Dead Man, which is like
there you go. Yeah.
Poor man's Nickelback.
Yeah.
And then there's
who had there's really like 2 or 3 good songs, I think, by Theory of a Dead Man.
2 or 3? What? Okay.
Maybe.
Fucking pump the brakes for a second. I could easily do another top 10. Yeah,
okay, maybe I'm not thinking of like what songs they have or that kind of thing, but
no. There's the Scars and Souvenirs album, which was like a fucking banger. There's all the songs they did for the Transformers soundtrack. Like, don't even get me started.
Man, you got defensive very quickly there.
Yeah, everyone loves to hate on Theory of a Dead Man too. It's
You started this.
What? How?
You just said Theory of a Dead Man, poor man's Nickelback.
Yeah, I didn't say they were bad. I just said they were just like a slightly less popular version of Nickelback. That's what I was trying to get at.
Starts coming at me when he's the one who starts it. Does everybody understand now what I have to deal with my co-host?
You should see me off air just fucking gaslighting him.
Trevor Zegras isn't actually that good. What the hell are you talking about? Look at his stats. Look what he's doing. Well, I didn't say he was a bad player. You just did. Oh, man. All right. Should we take a break before we go into... Yeah, well, we have 2 songs each left?
Yes, I do. You have 3. You have 3. Because I went first. So.
Right. Okay, so I'll do one more
song. So you do one,
and
then we'll take a break. Yeah, sure.
Okay. Let's go with... Ooh. Okay, I'm doing this strategically. I'm going to go with Feed the Machine, which is the title track to their album, Feed the Machine, 2017. This is a song that I had to actually look at, like, I looked at the lyrics of this song, and I was like, holy shit, this is a deep, like, not that Nickelback doesn't write deep songs, but, like, you don't normally expect kind of the maybe political-esque songs from Nickelback. Yeah. And I was reading the lyrics for that, and I was like, holy shit, like they are just going for it, right? Which then you understand the title a lot better, right?
Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah. This has to do with like the with like the US presidential election that of where Trump got elected, does it not? Is it like that kind of political area, or am I totally off?
No, I think it's more like think of like school, how, you know, you have your kind of set times, right? You have to do like the kind of work you're doing. It's called all like organizational and everything like that, right? To just kind of get you ready for the working world and stuff like that. So it's just like, it's kind of feeding the machine, right?
Gotcha.
Like that's kind of what the name is implying. So, but
just
kind of how like we're all just cogs in the machine pretty much, and that sort of thing. So,
okay.
Gotcha. But like it almost, it's a Nickelback song, but the best way to kind of describe maybe and this isn't to take away from Nickelback obviously writing this or anything like that, but lyrically it's a song that reminds me of like Rage Against the Machine or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, which
Gotcha.
I no pun intended or that with like the name and the song title being similar, like rough, like Rage the Machine, Feed the Machine, but like is that kind of idea in a way that like that's where I was just like thinking like, oh yeah, like this could be like lyrically it could be a Rage Against the Machine song, or I know I've mentioned them already before and they were a band that we were going to talk about, but even a band like Green Day, right, who is known for being pretty political in their lyrics and that sort of thing. So
yeah,
but yeah, so I guess I've talked about a lyrical content though, but this is also a song that just it's a heavy song, but not it's a heavy song that doesn't even feel intentionally heavy, I guess.
Yeah.
The one thing that Nickelback just never gets credit for, I don't think, is how great the riffs they write are.
Yeah.
Like they stick with you, right? That you can like, unless they're super fast, like they're the ones you kind of sing, right? And that's how you know you have a good riff, is if you have people kind of like singing it to you or that sort of thing. So
yeah, like they don't just like hammer on power chords or anything like that, or go like 1-5-1 for I guess that probably means nothing to people that don't understand music, but going between two chords, like they actually like they move around quite a bit, and they're almost melodic in a way, but they also got like a powerful rhythm too. So it's very, very cool how they
and this is a great example of that, I think. So
yeah, absolutely. So now I think we both have two left, so we can take a quick break here. We got some heavy hitters on the list
bangers
still, so.
here going up. That'll be good.
Saving the best for last, but we'll keep you guys waiting for a couple more minutes here as we take a quick break.
Hey hockey fans, I'm Breezy.
And I'm Ray Ray. We host the House of Hockey podcast on the Hockey Podcast Network.
We're lifelong hockey fans who talk about the game and the lifestyle. Our guests include professional hockey players.
My rookie party had to wear Speedo, and then we had a checklist of stuff we had to do.
Here we go, Gaber. What do you got to say? And it's kind of like, you know better than that now, boys.
I got dressed for the Bruins. I get a phone call. He's like, dude, we need you over here by the elevator. You got to get downstairs. You got to get dressed right now.
Started playing the like, dun, 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 and I turned it around and it had the Olympic rings and said, we did it.
NHL team hockey reporters.
I actually took the Stanley Cup to this ice bar where they've got now girls around them, and I've got a fur coat on.
I wonder who he shoot checked over here. And then I looked down at my feet.
Hockey fans.
The entire bar was lined with guys in Kings jerseys. We quickly realized, oh my gosh, this is the dad's trip.
And we bring unique hockey stories to light.
Coming back to England, 24 rings in the entire country. That's where the problem starts with the sport of ice hockey here.
Canadian Blind Hockey Association, those few kids we interviewed, their whole week is built around Sunday at the rink. They're just hockey players.
We don't agree on everything.
Pineapple goes on pizza.
No, it does not.
I think it does. Well, we do agree that there are many people and places that build the House of Hockey.
New episodes every Tuesday. Come on in to the House of Hockey podcast on the Hockey Podcast Network.
Okay, I guess I go next. So the next song I have on my list is "Figured You Out" off of The Long Road as well.
Ooh, good one.
We've talked quite a bit about The Long Road already and just how it is as an album, so I don't really have too much else to add about this song, honestly. But I think between the ones that we picked, "Someday," "Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting," and "Figured You Out," I think those are the only three, from The Long Road that we had. That kind of just sums up Nickelback. Like, they've got their heavy rock songs, they've got their kind of ballad type songs, like "Someday," and then they've got their covers that... And like all of it is just like good quality music. So I think, like I said, I really don't have anything else to add about that one. But I think
I think there are some songs still that we even missed off of The Long Road, right? You got "Flat on the Floor," "Feeling Way Too Damn Good," "Because of You" is a banger as well. "See You at the Show," like that's just a couple off of them. That's a shorter album at only like 11 tracks, but there's so much good music on that album.
I think that was kind of the album that, like, really launched him into the spotlight too. Like, everyone was like, oh fuck, this is a good album. Like,
yeah,
it obviously had the radio hits, like the ones that we listed, but you know, people then actually went out and bought it, and they were like, "Dude, you got to hear this album." And then I think that's just kind of what helped them spread, and then carrying into All the Right Reasons a couple years later, like they were a big deal for quite a few years there.
Yeah. Okay, I want you. We're gonna have some fun here for a quick second.
Okay.
I want you to tell me the top three songs on Spotify on the long road. Most plays. Top three songs.
The top three most played. Okay.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be in any particular order. Just give me the top.
Okay. I'm just pulling up the track listing on my phone through Apple Music, so I don't see.
Okay.
Just because otherwise I'm going to forget an obvious song. I think Someday is up there.
Okay. That's one of them.
I'm going to go Flat on the Floor. The first track off the album?
No.
No? Okay. It always seems like the top track, or like the first track on the album is always
number 4.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah,
so I was
number
close.
4.
Feeling Way Too Damn Good.
That is number 3.
Okay. And then what else would there be? I'm between Because of You and Figured You Out, but I'm going to go with Figured You Out.
And that is number 2.
Okay. So I got the top 4 then.
There you go.
Look at me go. So Someday was number 1?
Yeah. So at number 3 for Spotify plays, Feeling Way Too Damn Good with 13,371,000.
That's a lot.
372,000. At number 2 is Figured You Out with 40 million.
Okay.
And that's a jump. And then get ready for another one here. Someday is at number 1 with 146 million. People love the song Someday. And I love those people.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a good one. What else? I was going to say something else here. Well, no, that's okay. I'll save it for later. Okay, we're getting into, I guess, kind of I think these are the top 3. Well, I don't know.
Potentially.
I don't know if I want to say top 3. Potentially. But I think people kind of know the ones that are coming because there's some big ones that we haven't even touched on yet. So, so I'll let you kick it off here.
Me realizing as well, these are all from the same album, which in my opinion, this is the best Nickelback album.
Yeah.
And it's not because I went to a show during this tour or that, just this is the best Nickelback album. There's not a skip on this album whatsoever.
No,
there's not any that you kind of hover for a second. You're like, maybe. It's no, you're listening to this song today. So I'm gonna go with I'm gonna leave that one for last. Yeah, so I'm gonna go with Animals from All the Right Reasons, 2005. This song, I remember the show that I went to. This is the song that they opened up with.
Absolutely. It should be.
If you want the definition of growing up, you can take this experience from me. So 2006, I would say, I think is when that show happened. So it's 9 years old. Little tiny Nate is participating in a school talent show. He wants to sing a song. Tells his mom that he wants to sing Animals by Nickelback at the school talent show. His mom says no. Little Nate kind of wonders why, but just decides to pick another song. It's fine. Years later, little Nate's not so little anymore. He's grown up. Listens to the song, realizes what the lyrical context is, and goes, "Yep, that was the correct decision."
Yeah, it's a good thing you ran that one past an adult, because if you just like went out and sung that, like there would be some issues.
Oh, there
would be some people involved.
But I was talking before about how Nickelback writes great riffs. This is a top 5 riff at least.
Oh yeah.
Like,
are you talking with Nickelback, or are you talking like
with Nickelback? With Nickelback.
Okay. Then yeah, easily.
Yeah, but like this is one that like it starts and you just know you're in for a good time. Even just listening to the instrumental of this song, it goes. You start off with the guitars with the it's kind of like a back and forth of guitars and the drum kits. You get the whole band in there, and then you get to the verses, and the guitars cut out, and you just have that bass just grooving with the drums. And yeah, it just all comes full circle on itself, repeats. As repetitive as the song is, there's not a whole lot of like differential in the riff or anything like that. It's not a riff that you get sick of as the song kind of goes on. So yeah, Animals, all the right reasons, 2005. Shane, thank you for like giving us the catchphrase of this song, of this show. Animals, all the right reasons, 2005, fucking slaps.
What I really like about this song is the breakdown. That's just like the chugging guitars, and it's almost like spoken word.
It is the bass actually.
Yes, it is. Yeah, but just that, like how everything drops out into that part, and then like it's just like a nice change of pace, so that you, like you said, you don't get sick of that riff. But and then you also really just get to focus in on the lyrics, which I think really sums up the song too.
Yeah. One thing we learned,
it's just interesting.
Yeah.
So
one thing we learned in music school was musical comedy, or like, is that kind of the right? Am I saying that right? Musical comedy, I guess.
Sure. I don't know where you're going
like
with
musical,
this. So sure.
Musical humor, but you have the context of, that bridge where, he and the girl are found by the girl's dad. And it's it's the line, "That's my dad outside the car," and that's when the rest of the band comes in, and it just like it kind of works for like the anxiety of that kind of situation, right? Where like everything just suddenly gets pent up and just like, oh shit kind of thing. So definitely some musical humor in that song too. So
yeah, absolutely. Okay, well, I guess I have one left, and we're sticking with all the right reasons. And
because the album fucking slaps.
Yeah, and exactly. And this one's Rockstar. So it's I don't really have again, I don't have much else to add that we haven't already kind of touched on, but like just it's kind of a sad song, honestly. Like when you actually listen to it, you're like, fuck, that's I mean, I don't want to say it like is relatable, because I don't think it is, but it's like,
no, it's not to the normal person.
No, but like you relate to the emotions, I guess.
Yeah,
is what I'm trying to say. It's I don't know. It's just
I feel like this is almost like a tribute to, say, like the 70s and 80s.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Times, I guess, right? Where like everything is parties and the Playboy Mansion, and how quick you're able to get your drugs to you and stuff like that. So the music video for this is great as well. I don't think Nickelback even shows up until like the last clip. But until then, it's like fans of the band and different celebrities. I think like Billy Gibbons is in it from ZZ Top, and I'm trying to think of who. I gotta go back and watch the music video, but like, or here, I'll see if I can pull up like if there's like a cast list or something.
Oh
like
yeah.
That. But just like so many, rock stars basically, are in this video. See if I can find a list here, but I mean, like, if you're gonna mention the Playboy Mansion, of course you get Playboy bunnies and stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
too, right? Like just like having fun with it, obviously. Let's see if Nickelback will tell us maybe what, or if Wikipedia. There you go, music video. Yeah, non-celebrities are filmed around the world in front of iconic landmarks such as Times Square, Grand Central Station, Millennium Park, Playboy Mansion, Tower Bridge, the Opera House in Sydney. On-screen celebrities include Billy Gibbons, who voices his lines in the song. There's something I just learned.
That's cool.
Dale Earnhardt Jr., who is a NASCAR driver, if I remember that correctly. Gene Simmons, Wayne Gretzky. There's your hockey tie in there.
Hey, bring it back.
Kid Rock is in it. Nelly Furtado, the crew from American Chopper. I'm just kind of like reading through and like seeing like names I recognize. It gets to the point that I was like listing all these different people and numerous others. Sometimes lyrics they lip sync are like or relate to them. And then at the end of the video, Nickelback is shown playing live on stage. And that clip was filmed on July 13th, 2007 at the Comcast Center for the Performing Arts in Mansfield, Massachusetts.
Cool. But yeah, I don't know. It's just another good one off that album. So
yeah.
After we get to the next one, which, spoiler alert, if you didn't see it coming, is also off all the right reasons. I'd be curious to know what the top 3 on Spotify are from that album.
Sounds good. I'm just taking a look at the charts here. I want to see where it got to. The weekly charts.
I'd be very surprised if it didn't hit number 1.
It didn't. As far as
I'm very surprised.
Oh, wait. Okay, it hit number 1 on 3 different charts. You're not gonna fucking guess it, so I'm just gonna tell you.
Okay.
It hit number 1 on the UK download charts, number 1 on the UK rock and metal charts, and number 1 on the German airplay charts.
Okay.
Hit number 2 in Ireland. Okay, here you go. So in the US, it hit number 6 on the Billboard Top 1 or Hot 100. Number 6 as well on the US Adult Top 40. Number 4 for the US Mainstream Rock Chart. And number 6 for the Mainstream Top 40. Number 24 for the Hot Rock and Alternative Songs Chart. And in Canada, where they are from, hit number 9 for Canada Rock Charts. Number 14 for Canada Hot AC. I don't know what that means exactly. Number 14 for the CHR/Top 40, and number 39 for the Canadian Hot 100.
Cool.
So it did pretty well. And for the UK Top 100 Songs of the Decade, it hit number 54.
Of the decade?
The decade.
That's a big deal.
That is a big deal. So, and for the year of 2007, it hit number 36 on the Billboard Hot 100 for the US. So
yeah, makes
there
sense.
you go.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty popular. I still hear it. Like,
oh yeah, you still hear it all the time.
But you'll hear this in a grocery store sometimes. Maybe not,
which is hilarious, right?
Yeah. Like you'll just hear it out and about, and it's just a good one. So also there's the clip from What's Quackin' that you brought up a while ago of the.
Well, this is the forever ago, yeah.
Yeah, of the sea shanty version with, I believe it was the Lottery Winners. I think it's like the sea shanty group, but they actually got Nickelback in to like do the chorus of it, and they actually released a full song like a week ago.
It's like what, 2.5, 3 minutes or something like that.
Something like that, yeah. But they like tweak the lyrics of it, so it's it's just awesome, and it's perfect. I only just listened to it as I was making this list earlier today, because I didn't know that it came out, but it slaps.
Yeah,
it fucking slaps.
This is just on the Wikipedia page, and I kind of forgot about it actually. I don't remember if we talked about it on the show or I think it was just outside of it. But in May 2002, Kirk Johnson, the guitarist for Texas rock band Snowblind Revival, What the fuck is
what is that?
Sued Nickelback over the song's composition, which he believes is too similar to the Snowblind Revival's song Rock Star. 2 separate words. In August of 2021, Johnson had filed a lawsuit against Nickelback, Warner Chappell Music, Roadrunner Records, and Live Nation for copyright infringement. I think I heard that actually got just tossed out of court.
Oh, probably. Yeah.
But I did listen to that song, actually. I don't suggest it for anybody else. Just let me tell you, it's nothing the same at all. So not at all. So.
Yeah, but it worked because it got you listening to that song.
Yeah, and I don't know if that was like the reason for it or anything like that, but even
Maybe.
then, like that, like the song that they had put out, like that was years later. So, but
yeah, but
the thing is with music is like there's 7 chords, there's variations of them, but there's only 7 chords, right? And there's only so many different things that you can do with it. Eventually, something is going to sound like something else.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I've even done it in my own writing. There was a song that that I had wrote years ago kind of thing, and then started listening to another band, and heard like a song from them that I was like, I hadn't heard it before. Heard a song from them, and I was like, this is like the same kind of structure and everything. So it happens. It happens.
Yeah. Yeah. Happens to the best of us.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. We've got one more song to talk about that's on your list. And it, like I said, it would have been on mine as well. But actually, before we get to that, I just want to throw another honorable mention out. I know I've kind of snuck 3 in here.
Good.
But,
it's Nickelback, and they're great.
Yeah. And honestly, it's not really a Nickelback song, but close enough. It's Into the Night by Santana featuring Chad Kroeger. Do you know the one I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah. Man, I haven't heard that in forever.
It's one of those songs that I never think of until, we're talking about Nickelback. But it'll just like come on the radio, or you'll throw your phone on shuffle play, and it'll be like, hey, this song has 2,000 plays from when did it come out? 2007, from like the late 2000s, and you haven't listened to it since, but let's pull it up here. And then it comes on, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is a good song. Just like, I didn't know that I needed Nickelback and Santana to kind of cross over, but
I didn't know I needed it, but I'm glad to have it in my life.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It's just, words can't describe how good this song is. And if you haven't heard it, if you don't know what I'm talking about,
go
Into
listen
the
to
Night
that one. Yeah.
by Santana featuring Chad Kroeger. It's
Absolutely
awesome. I'm intrigued by the music video as well, because it's just got a super close up of Santana's face with his dirty mustache and some really expensive looking sunglasses. But
that's incredible. Love it.
But shout out to that one, because it's a good song. Okay, Nate, your top song.
All right. Again, this was no particular order, but this has got to be up there for sure.
Yeah.
Again, from the All the Right Reasons album, 2005, is Photograph. The one that spurred so many different memes of like, look at this graph, and people just photoshopping other things into the picture frame from the very start of that music video, which I believe that was actually filmed in their hometown of Hannah. Like going to like the actual locations that they're talking about, like the school, the Kroeger house that they didn't have it anymore, but like they filmed that around the town, I'm pretty sure. So all the stuff that they talk about in that song, like that's another thing I remember from that show, like even being so young, was like they behind them they had like a kind of a slideshow going on of all these people that they're like referencing in the song, right? So like the what is it, like the Kim's the first girl I kissed or whatever, like they put a picture of her up there and everything like that, like the pictures they're referring to and things like that, which is really cool. So
yeah, no, that is awesome. I honestly, I just assumed that like the lyrics were entirely made up, just as like kind of like the idea of like reminiscing on like all these.
Oh no, it was all legit. All legit.
That's super cool. I think that makes it even better, honestly, that you can take all of these memories that you have and things that actually happen and like put it together in like a coherent like song structure,
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
It's impressive. So,
and also the memes. I think
the memes are quality. Yes.
Yeah.
Look at this graph. That one still fucking gets me. It's years later, but it still gets me. Especially like this is the stare after the light.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
Just the stare and smile at you through the camera.
Yeah. It just stares right into your soul. It's perfect.
Yeah. And like the zoom in on it too. It's so good.
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, that when you initially told me like Nickelback was the band, I was like, you were like, get your list together. I was like, easy, Photograph 5 times.
Yeah, exactly.
just because it's that much.
Like
of a
Carter,
meme now.
no, that's not how this works.
Yeah. And then I didn't even get to put it on my list because Nate vultured
because you were too slow.
Too slow. Yeah.
Deal with it.
But yeah, that is our top 10 list. And again, in no particular order: Animals, Photograph, Someday, Feed the Machine, Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting, Burn It to the Ground, Figured You Out, Rockstar, How You Remind Me, and The Devil Went Down to Georgia. If you got anything to add, think we missed one. Something
there
you don't agree is up there.
Miss, honestly.
Oh yeah, exactly. Like with any top 10, it's hard to narrow it down. But we also try and kind of cover a little bit of everything, too, right? Like, so, I mean, it's still a top 5, obviously, but like, it changes day by day. Could easily take out one and swap it with the other, depending on how you're feeling. But yeah, that is it. So, hopefully that was not too controversial, but if there is any controversy, you can tweet us at Quack Report Pod and just have a good old nerd battle with Nate on there on Twitter, Instagram, whatever it might be.
Do it. I accept the
comment on the
challenge.
YouTube video for this as well.
Yes.
If you happen to be watching it on YouTube, whatever, we'll come across it and we'll see it and we'll
Even if you're not watching it on YouTube, go to the YouTube video and comment on it because we do see all that and we respond to it. So do it
exactly. Yeah. And Nate, where can they give you their controversial opinions or their photograph memes?
You can definitely send me your photograph memes at Tatenamas on Twitter, TATENHOMAS.
And as well for myself at Carter_Potts, POTTS_97. I would love to see those memes as well. And yeah, that's all we got for you. We got a game to talk about, Ducks wise.
Next episode. Finally.
It's exciting.
Hockey.
It's back.
Let's go!